It is. Call the meeting to order. We just had another commissioner walk in. So the first item on the agenda is the approval of meeting minutes for the last meeting. So I would entertain a motion for their approval.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. We have any further discussion? And we should note for the record, I was not there, so I will abstain. All those in favor of the minutes approving?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. What do we have? I guess 5 or 4? I guess 4 are voting. So, okay. Well, the next one is probably the most important thing that we have on the agenda tonight, and we have something that doesn't happen very often, which is the Commissioner Oath of Office. And you should give us a pronunciation lesson. I'm looking at your name, and if you were Italian, it would be Cicilio. Obviously, it's Cecilio? Is that?
Yeah, I believe it's about the Italian pronunciation with Sicilio as well.
Oh, well, usually when you have a C, then it's a hard. Yeah, so at any rate, well, at any rate, welcome, and we're going to have somebody administer the oath. This isn't too strenuous. You don't have to.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to have you raise your right hand, and you're just going to repeat after me.
Okay.
I,
I.
Celio Santana,
Cecilio Santana,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Minnesota,
and the state of Minnesota,
and faithfully discharge the duties
and faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of the Port Authority
of the office of the Port Authority
of the city of Bloomington
of the city of Bloomington
in the county of Hennepin
in the county of Hennepin
and state of Minnesota
and state of Minnesota
to the best of my judgment and ability.
to the best of my judgment and ability.
Well, Cecilio, since you're standing up there, you have a forum you can take and give us a few comments if you'd like or not.
On what? On the city, myself? What do you want to know about?
It's whatever you'd like to tell us.
Oh, okay. I'm excited to be part of this group. The work that you guys do aligns well with what I've done in my career, the things I'm interested in. I always approach this work as being very pragmatic, but I've really grown to love it. I really like seeing change. I like seeing new things on the horizons, and in a city that I grew up in, it means the world to me. So happy to be here.
And from my recollection, you worked for the city of Bloomington for how many years?
Almost 7.
7, and then in what area?
The engineering division.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's great. Well, it's fantastic to have you on board, and so we will look forward to having you participate in our meeting. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
If I could, Mr. President,
Yes.
welcome aboard. So very glad to have you on behalf of both the council and the Port Authority to have somebody of your caliber on board and part of this, and very excited. And I do want to point out, in Commissioner Nelson's first meeting, he ended up chairing the meeting because
Oh, wow. Okay. Hopefully that.
I had all the power.
he did.
And his comment was he's going to take over everything. So
They came back. Pushed me to the side.
Welcome.
Welcome.
all right. The next item on the agenda is new business, the McGough. So Kevin, you know, handle that.
I think this is on. There we go. So I'm Kevin Canese. I'm pinch hitting for Luke Sponable, who's on a well-deserved vacation. So this is actually the third time we're discussing this. So we previously discussed the McGough refinance for Carbon 31 on July and kind of did a preview of that with you. As you recall, there was some discussion about assignment and assumption of the obligations under the TIF note. And then in August, we brought forward a assignment assumption agreement to you that would approve the assignment and assumption of those rights under that TIF note, so that We separated the TIF from the property owning real estate entity to allow McGough to refinance their loan with Fannie Mae. Since that time, McGough has been working with Fannie Mae on that refinance, and Fannie Mae asked for the city to subordinate its declaration of restrictive covenants, which is really how we secure our affordability requirements with that property. The McGough worked with Fannie Mae to back away from that and instead replace that with the Standstill agreement. And what this agreement does is effectively, if we're executing it today, has us pause on taking any enforcement actions under that declaration for a period of 90 days. And that allows Fannie Mae to cure any defaults that may impact their loan. So really what that means is the declaration would allow us to stop making TIF payments if they weren't complying with it. And so we have to give them a 90-day period to cure any defaults before we would do that. And I'll answer any questions that you may have.
Board Authority questions, Commissioner questions? If not, I think this is kind of a routine matter that's been worked through with a lot of people. So there's a resolution on page 7, the full resolution's on page 18. So I would entertain a motion for the resolution.
Mr. President, I'd move the resolution approving the standstill agreement in connection with the Bloomington Central Station LLC.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor, please signal by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries, what is it, 6-0? Yeah, or 7?
We're at 6.
We're at 6, all right. Well, we're delighted to have, this is, we can record this as your first vote, Commissioners. And there's Rob. I think you're over here. Okay, administrator updates. Holly?
Mike's on. All right. It's a very brief meeting, so thank you all for being with us. A few updates from Creative Placemaking. They would like to invite you to several events that are coming up. The Bloomington Street Arts Festival is taking place on Saturday, September 20th from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. at 9 Mile Brewing. And that will have art, music, and community, as well as free family-friendly events, live music, interactive booths, and 25 vendors. So if you have any questions about that, I'm happy to share more information. The Cedar Avenue Bridge Healing Celebration and Unveiling will take place on Saturday, September 20th as well. We can share more information about that with you. There's a mural that now brightens the old Cedar Avenue Bridge trailhead that was created by artist Sandy Spieler with Dakota cultural educator Tara Perrone. It's a 4-sided piece that celebrates home, kinship, water, and people. An indigenous garden with native plants and cultural teachings grows alongside the artwork. It is also on Sunday, September 21st, Celebrando las Fiestas Patrias, or celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. And that will be at Bloomington Central Station Park from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. There will be music and entertainment, as well as free activities and food. So we welcome you to all of those events. Other news, book Mother One Hatch Bloomington. This was recently announced, and as you may recall, the Port Authority was much more involved this year, both financially with supporting the prize, as well as our team member Barb Wolf helped with a lot of the planning of educational aspects of the competition this year. So we're very excited. The concept is an independent bookstore and coffee shop, and it was developed by a Bloomington resident and entrepreneur, Twyla Dang. She will be awarded $100,000, and the celebration will take place on September 29th prior to the City Council presentation, and then at Council there will be a brief presentation. In addition, we would like to invite you to the city's first ever business forum on October 1st, and that will be from 8:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. That will take place at the Masonic Center, and that will be preceded by a CEO roundtable. We are very excited about that event and hope to have very good attendance. We will be having a number of presentations and panels, as well as sort of an exhibit hall outside with different business resources and a lot of the partners that we work with on a regular basis. We recently held our Bloomington Economic Partnership meeting for the third quarter, which was themed around telling Bloomington's story and marketing Bloomington for business and talent. We had presentations from Bloomington, Minnesota Travel and Tourism, Greater MSP, Explore Minnesota, and the Minnesota Trade Office. And we followed that with a few weeks later with an interactive workshop on why Bloomington, where we started working with our partners to create a bit more of a marketing message around our city. So we hope to share the results from that with you soon. We also encourage you to share that employer recruitment has started for Bloom in Bloomington. Last year, we were able to increase our partners to Bloomington, Minnesota Travel and Tourism, Larkin Hoffman, Polar Semiconductor, TKDA, Walzer Automotive, Wilderness Inquiry, and Bloomington Public Schools. And we hope to keep increasing those numbers. Of course, we have interns internal to the city as well, but the more external partners we have, it's always very exciting. And then we have an expansion ribbon cutting this week. Burns & McDonnell, which is an engineering firm here in town, will be expanding to a larger office in Bloomington, which is exciting. And then you've likely also received an invitation to TKDA, which is having their grand opening, but they've been here since March. And that is it from my end of things. Yes, Commissioner Lenz.
Just wondering, will the new grocery store be open for the Hispanic celebration at Bloomington Central Station?
That is an excellent question, Commissioner Lenz. Do you know the answer, Kevin?
Commissioner Lenz, the opening date that we've heard most recently should be end of this month. That's still open to timelines, including completing requirements with their permits that are open, is my understanding. But it sounds like they're on track. And from what we've seen, there are signs on the door, so that's a good sign. But we will have to confirm, and I can follow up and confirm that with you once we speak with McGough.
What's the date of celebration again?
September 21st.
Any other commissioner questions or comments for Holly or anything? Well, if not, I think we can adjourn this meeting, and then at 6 o'clock we will reconvene.